Now, if you're like me and rely on Starlink to stay connected while camping or overlanding or running a business on the go, then you know how much of a game changer it is. But let's be honest here. Starlink's plans haven't exactly been budget friendly in the past. That has changed though. Now, just the other day, I got an email from Starlink showcasing its new $10 per month roam plan. Now, this by far is the cheapest Starlink option ever. In fact, the next cheapest roaming option is $50 per month. While the $10 per month plan isn't designed for heavy data users, it's a great option for folks who need internet service occasionally to check with loved ones, grab emails, and so forth. Now, today, what I'm going to do is I had a chance to play around with this over last week, and I was up in Big Bear and actually did use this. So I'm going to break down what this new Starlink 10 gig plan offers, who it's for, and how it might be the perfect solution for you. So let's dive in. So what exactly is the Roam 10 gig plan? Well, as you might have guessed, it offers 10 gigs of roaming data each month. So here's what you get with the plan. You get 10 gigs of Starlink roaming data per month. Now, the ability to use it in motion internationally for up to 2 months per trip, and on coastal waters up to 12 nautical miles offshore. Now, you also do have the option to pause and unpause service at any time, which is pretty much like all the other roam plans. Now, Starlink does say 10 gigs of data is roughly about 1 day of typical use. Now, like I said earlier, this is a great option for people who just need the occasional internet service. Now, I will say this, up at Big Bear, I had gotten the camp set up on Friday afternoon. I'm gonna say it was around 5:30 that I actually turned Starlink on. Now, for the most part, it was sending text messages, sending a few photos here and there, listening to streaming music. Now, about 10:30 p.m., I did watch about 34 minutes of Severance on my on my iPad rather. So that was in 4K. So that really sucked down the data quite a bit there. But again, it was about 34 minutes. And then at right around 10:30 or so, I got a notice that my plan had basically expired and I could update it, which I'm going to get to the specifics of this here in a moment. I guess the point where I was leading with this a moment ago, I wanted to give you an idea of how long it took for me to exhaust out that 10 gigs there. So it wasn't exactly 24 hours, but watching that 4K streaming video is really what right there. Now let's talk about who this plan is perfect for. So if you are a full-time remote worker relying on Starlink for high data tasks, this is not going to be the plan for you. But for certain users, it's an incredible deal. Now, occasional travelers, so if you go off grid a few times a year and need reliable internet for emails, maps, and light browsing, this plan is going to let you stay connected without committing you to a high monthly fee. Also, let's say you have backup internet users out there, so who have a home internet setup and need emergency backup. Well, heck, for $10 a month, you can keep Starlink active and ready to go in case your main connection goes down. And then all you road trippers and overlanders out there. So if you're exploring areas with spotty cell service, this is going to give you the ability rather to download maps, send messages, or even check in with work if you want to when cell service or Wi-Fi isn't available without having to overpay for data that you rarely use. Okay, so as I hinted earlier, let's talk about when you hit the data limit, which happened to me about 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. So as you guessed it right there, that 10 gigs is not going to last forever. So what happens when you hit the limit? Well, you can purchase extra data, but here's the catch. The overages cost $2 per gig with this plan. That is twice as much as the overage rate on the 50 gig roam plan, which charges you $1 per gig over the limit. So if you start doing some math with this here, if you consistently use more than 30 gigs per month, you're actually better off to go with the Roam 50 gig plan instead. But if you are a light user who stays under 10 gigs for most months, this is really quite the steal at just $10 per month.
All right, give me $10.
All right, let's shift lanes here and talk about how you can sign up. And this is what I found a little bit interesting. See, you're not going to find this plan listed on Starlink's website as an option for new customers. Instead, well, it seems that they're going to be targeting existing users like myself who have paused the Roam subscription. Now, if you already have a Starlink Roam plan, you can switch to this 10 gig plan through the account dashboard without any fees or penalties. But if you're a brand new Starlink user, well, and you want this plan, you're going to need to first sign up for the 50 gig plan, and then you're going to downgrade to the 10 gig option at a later time. Now here's the bonus with this here. The good news, the silver lining with this, any Starlink dish model can actually be used with this plan. So whether you have the standard, the high performance, the mini dish, okay, let's start winding things up. Is the Starlink Roam 10 gig plan the right one for you? Well, if you need a low cost, low commitment way to stay connected occasionally, whether as a traveler or as a backup internet, this is a fantastic deal. Now for me, having Starlink has been an absolute game changer for my overlanding trips. And even though I use a higher tier for most of the time, I love seeing Starlink roll out with more affordable options for users who don't need that unlimited data. Now here's something that I'm starting to hear rumors about, is that Starlink may be possibly dismantling some of the unlimited data plans, which, as we get more information on that, I'm going to keep you guys informed. All right, now that you have more details about Starlink's newest plan, the next step is to decide which of the plans is right for you. Is the 10 gigs enough, or is it going to be the $50 a month for the 50 gig plan? Or is it the 165 Roam plan, which of course is right now today the unlimited plan? Or is it the big one, the 900-pound gorilla in the room, the $400 per month, which is going to be your global Roam plan, best for your needs? Drop a comment down below. Let me know which you have been using, or if you're signing up, let me know what plan do you feel that which is going to cater towards your internet needs as you're out and about and so forth. All right, friends, and that's going to be it for me on this small bite-sized video on Starlink's new $10 per month plan. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. But friends, that is going to be it. So I'll be shutting up the cameras. You get out there, stay healthy, and find your adventure.